Hello everybody, and welcome back to the Star Wars Expanded Universe. Narrated by Disney, or current Lucasfilm. Whatever way you think about it. Legends. Now, I actually don't have too much to talk about. Not because the book wasn't good, not because it was bad, just, I don't feel like there's too much to dissect in this one, which is why I barely have any notes on it either. Is it worth your time? Most definitely. If you're a fan of the Rogue Squadron and Wraith Squadron series, then you need to read this book. It's also, there is a pretty significant point, because it has to do with Wedge and his relationship with this woman, and that'll be important for the future when he has kids and stuff. If he has kids. I'm pretty sure he does, though. But other than that, this book is... let me give you the non-spoiler synopsis. So, there's this planet. It's called Adumar. And it has the resources to help Rogue Squadron and everything have the right amount of firepower at all times. These proton torpedoes. They can have, like, practically, not obviously actually, but an unlimited supply worth of proton torpedoes if they can if this planet decides to side with them. The conflict of the book being that they don't like politicians, so instead of having like Princess Leia or a type of politician like that show up, we have they respect pilots and warriors, so they have Wedge and Tycho and a couple other people go to the planet in order to convince them to join their side. Who's the other side that's also vying for control of this planet, or for their favor? The Empire. Though it really doesn't seem like this should be a hard choice. I mean, the Empire has failed time and time and time and time and time and time and time again. Their numbers are dwindling and dwindling and dwindling and dwindling. I don't see why you, like, the clear and obvious choice would be to join the New Republic. Unless, of course, you're trying to do a Talon card and you're waiting the long game, thinking that somehow they might bounce back from this. The difference with the Rebellion, which it's not the Rebellion anymore, it's the New Republic, though the Empire still likes to, or what's remaining of the Empire still likes to call them the Rebellion, because that's what they think they are. They don't want to give them legitimacy as a new government. But the difference with the Rebellion is that the Empire was treating people like crap, and so you were getting more and more and more and more volunteers as time went on, making the army bigger and bigger. You're not getting that many new recruits to the Empire, and as it dwindles, it dwindles. It just seems like a pretty clear... The dilemma doesn't seem like a real dilemma. It doesn't seem like a real big deal. I should say this is also written by Aaron Alston, even though it's not really about Wraith Squadron, which is where he usually wrote these books. But Aaron Alston, I also realize, is a prolific writer in the Star Wars Expanded Universe. He's going to be a big part of, I believe, of New Jedi Order, though I'm not sure about that. He's going to be a part of Legacy of the Force. He might be part of Fate of the Jedi, I don't know. But this man writes so much for the Expanded Universe. But he's also sadly passed away. I didn't know that till later. But, so that sucks. A lot of the writers who have wrote for these books are no longer with us. So, Brian Daley being an example. And A.C. Crispin as well. Both of which were the Han Solo trilogies. But yeah, I'm going to get into some minor spoilers. It's nothing too crazy, but if you want to go in this book with a fresh... It's a fun book. The only thing that's really detrimental to the future plots of the Star Wars Expanded Universe is Wedge and his romantic relationships. Other than that, this book could pretty much be skipped. Like, if you just got, like, a wiki on it. But if you've enjoyed all of the X-Wing books, you're going to enjoy this one too. So I recommend you check it out. But that's it for non-spoilers. I'm going to get into them. And again, this video is going to be real short because I only have a couple notes. But Wedge and the Twi'lek, they broke up. Which was really disappointing because I liked them together. I thought they were a good couple. and now they're not together. So that sucks. But we're gonna get a replacement in this book. I don't know if it's because people hate Kevin J. Anderson, or if it's just that the writer just didn't want the Twilight to be a thing for whatever reason, and so they got a new love interest. Well, an old love interest, because it's someone that Wedge is known from his past, from back on Corellia, but they haven't been together for a while. Like, they broke up, so it was like a first love, broke up, got another girlfriend, broke up, went back to first love, happily ever after. But yeah, it kind of made me salty, and made it hard for me. I mean, I ended up being completely won over, just because of Aaron Alston's writing. But at first, I was just like, no, I'm not gonna like you. I'm not gonna like you. They're just replacing the Twilight with you. But I went over it. My next note, they kind of go. These are like my only other notes, but they go 2 and 2 together because it's like in the same scene, I believe. But there's a line that Wedge has where he says, "It's not leaving that's hard. It's finding somewhere to go." And I just really like that line. And then my final note, I told you I didn't write that much. Layla, I don't know how to say her name, but his new love interest. I finally said, all right, I'm for the new relationship. The entire scene where they're talking, and then, they finally like embrace and kiss. Maybe I'm a sucker, maybe I'm a loser, but I was like, all right, okay, you won me over. I'm for them. I want them to live happily ever after. But though I hope the Twilight finds someone too, because she was quirky and cute. But I hope she finds someone too. But yeah, I'm okay with them now. I'm happy with that. But overall, it was a pretty fun read. Still got so much more to go. I will say, once I get to Black Fleet Crisis, because every review I've seen, they don't seem to do it individually, which leads me to believe they just don't feel they have enough to say about one book individually. So with the Corellian trilogy and the Black Fleet trilogy, I'm going to do a video on all 3 of them in one video. And then with and if I do any like junior or like young adult novels, they're gonna be I'm not gonna take notes because they're so short, and I'll just say what I remember, what I thought of it. But I'm not gonna take notes because I don't feel like there'll be enough to dissect necessarily. And the New Jedi Order, big time notes. But yeah, if you enjoyed this video, give a thumbs up, share, helps a ton. Thanks for continuing to join me on this exploration through this Star Wars expanding universe. We still have so many places to go, and then we got a time machine back all the way to the past once we finally get done with Crucible. So I hope you'll join me on this epic journey through this expansive, amazing, and interesting universe. Life is still hard right now. We all got stuff going on. We got the news and everything, and it's good to just go to a galaxy far, far away. And that's what these books can do for me. Or that's what they've been doing for me. And I hope that's what they can do for you as well. Anyway, see you next time.